Hello, everyone, and welcome back. It is I, your friendly neighborhood Prax, and I have a bunch of friends around me, and we are back with more of season 2 of Truly Madly Falkenstein. I am going to punt it to our wonderful host with the most, Chris, and let him run the introductions. Chris.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome back, everyone. We are here for episode 3, the to be or not to be a land fortress episode. And we are gathered here together with 3 amazing players and 3 dynamic characters. And I'm going to start with Trooper and Adolf Brandt. Hello,
Hello, everyone.
Trooper.
Hi, I'm Trooper SJP, and I am playing Adolf Brand, your action alchemist.
And on over to Lindy and Zephyrine Moreau.
Hello, I am playing Zephyrine Moreau, the lover of pastries, Moriarty Jules Verne, and all things mechanical and inventory.
Wonderful, wonderful. And last but very not least, our fairy godmother, Prax. Tell us about Deirdre.
Yes, I get to play the Lady Deirdre, murder fairy godmother, here to do what she can for these fine friends of hers.
Excellent. Last we left off, the group was speaking with a society called the Promethean Society, some vigilante do-gooders that gallivant around Europe trying to chase down budding evils like the Order of the Iron Master. When we wrapped up, there was the option to join forces and try and flush out some ne'er-do-wells in Paris that, or with the Promethean Society, who's been collecting supplies that could be a land fortress or could be a red herring. We don't know yet. So, to my group, what say you all? I know Zephyrine is most interested in teaming up to see what they know and who else might be lurking in the shadows. But what about the rest of you?
Well, we learned that this Promethean Society are not bad guys, that they are good guys, and that there is not really a big problem. So they are meaning good things in the world. So I think that I don't think there's a lot of worry, just a bit of reporting back to our societies to let them know, be good, good, good workers, doing what we're supposed to do.
Excellent, excellent. And Deirdre, we know you don't like the English, and Talbot is not, or is English. Beyond that, any objections to seeing what they have to offer?
They seem very young, and perhaps not necessarily fully realized. But if people wish to do so, I will reserve my right to say I told you so for later.
Fair enough, fair enough. So, Zephyrine, I am going to let you take the lead in negotiating since you had started to build up the rapport with Talbot, who it's not that hard. He'll try and build up a rapport with anyone, but you were the last focus of his.
And just
What are
point
you
of order, if I
offering?
remember correctly, there's no plan to actually, I have no personal plan to join the Promethean Society
Correct.
because I already have a society that I'm a member of, but, just for the record. But I do believe that Zephyrin was wanting to join them, I think.
Yeah,
At least temporarily.
yes. So what kind of benefits come with this Promethean Society?
Well, we do have connections in Europe. uh,
Mm-hmm.
ones that are not always politically acceptable.
Oh,
So, we can make inquiries that maybe a lady of your status would be uh, less inclined to put her name on, uh,
that
if
just proves
that
this guy has
entices you.
no idea about all the Moriarty fan mail.
No, not a
I'll
clue.
put my name on a lot of stuff I'm not supposed to. Uh,
I have heard that about you. I have heard
yeah.
that.
And she's like, mm-hmm. But you're talking about this land, this what's potential for building. What kind of like material support?
Oh, yes. So, um,
I have connections. I'm not as worried about those.
they are huge. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll need a large space if we want to convince people we're actually constructing one.
Yes.
And then
Mm-hmm.
it'll take a lot of steel.
Mm-hmm.
In many shapes.
And she's like, yeah, and he seems to have no idea what he's talking about.
None whatsoever.
She's a little disappointed. She goes, but perhaps I could get you a materials list, and then you could use that. If you're
I
Oh,
just
have a
buying steel in random shapes, it's not going to be very convincing if you're trying to convince people you're building a land fortress.
true. We did try and stick with, like, I don't know, panels and tubes for cannons, and he'll actually pull out from his pocket a sketch, not done by him,
Yeah,
but it's
I
actually
imagine
like
not.
a sketch of a picture of a land fortress, and he'll put it
Oh,
down in front of you and
uh-huh.
be like, "So this is what we're going off of," and
Mm-hmm.
he does not have any sort of invention or tinkering skills, and so, like, his explanation of things probably makes you cringe.
Oh,
Um,
I'm not hiding it. I'm visibly cringing.
okay, then he
Um,
definitely makes you cringe. Yeah, because no, um, he doesn't have a clue what he's talking about.
mm.
But it sounds convincing to someone who wouldn't have a clue.
This would sound convincing to someone who has no clue, which if is probably not the people you're trying to lure out.
Hmm. Are you saying that you yourself are an inventor?
Of course I am.
Oh, I'm so glad to make your acquaintance. You are
Yes.
the type of expert we have been yearning for. And I do mean
Hmm.
yearning.
I hear that a lot.
Mm, mhm. I bet you do. Your dance card's probably full all the time, isn't
Yes.
it? uh,
so sorry, but I have to just point this out that um, this could be like you're wanting to get the bad guys to come in, and but you might get not just bad guys, you might get like the entire Prussian state after you. It's different from like going after like invisible, you know, orders of Iron Masters and such, and also. You're wanting to generate a lot of heat, you know? Are you prepared for the entirety of, like, Prussia to come down on you, and also perhaps also to start an entire war? Are you sure that what you're thinking about is responsible?
well, my contacts in the military seem to tell me that Prussia's not going to make a move uh, yet because Bayern is too strong to reach France at this time. So I'm not too worried about them mobilizing their army, but I am hoping to expose maybe some of their spies in Paris by seeing who takes the bait as to whether or not I actually, have the ability to make this happen.
Well, what it sounds like, I'm already a member of a society. However, it does sound like you need a consultant, shall we say?
Yes. We are happy to take on consultants.
Mm-hmm.
Point of order here.
Mhm.
Just a small, teeny tiny point of order. Where did you get the renderings? Because that's not a schematic, to my understanding. Am I correct? This is not a schematic. This is merely a rendering.
Correct. It is a sketch of a picture that the military had shared with me before I made my way to Paris.
So after we get prosecuted for exposing military secrets and intelligence, did you get any permissions for these renderings?
Oh, yes. Of course.
Why do I not believe him?
Because you shouldn't. You also shouldn't believe that this rendering, as you look at it, has any sort of military value.
Yeah.
It looks completely like an artistic interpretation and a bad sketch of an artistic interpretation. Basically, take the sketch out of the source books from Castle Falkenstein.
Yep.
And make it a little less accurate and more poorly drawn.
So this is not anything that anyone with any ability to do any of the tinkering sort could actually use to build anything. Am I understanding that correctly?
Correct.
So you don't have any ideas, you don't have any schematics, you don't have a pricing list, you don't have any supplies list. And what you're asking...
we have a supply list.
No, you don't. If you don't have a functioning schematic, then you don't know what you need.
You do have somewhat of a point.
Where did you get?
Which is why my consulting services would come in such handy. I could get you a better list. We could even start making up a mock thing so we could have your people surveil the warehouse to catch spies because it'll look like there's something being built in there.
But where did you get these supplies? This list, where did it come from?
It came from a consultant, a tinkering consultant that we got from Italy, gave us an idea based off of the Vatican's intelligence related to the land fortresses. The good Father Korsakov helped make that connection for me, and no, he didn't. And that's where we came up with the list.
So I have an honest question for you, Mr. Talbot, was it?
Yes.
What's going to happen when one of us tells Father Korsakov that you're invoking his name for stealing from the Vatican?
I wouldn't call it theft. It's a sharing of information, mutual exchange.
Mutual exchange means that they, A, want you to be doing it, and B, are acknowledging that they have it and that you gave them something in return. I'm not seeing any one of those three things on this list here now, am I?
Oh, no. I gave a very generous donation to the consultant.
So not the Vatican.
Well, it was from the Vatican.
And she'll just kind of...
It was from the Vatican.
And she's going to lean over to Zephyrin and go, I honestly don't know if he has any worth.
He has money to fund things in the warehouse.
I haven't seen that he can afford to pay your rates, darling.
At which point,
she's not being quiet about this, by the way.
That's fine. He doesn't seem to be paying attention, but he is putting down about 150 pounds on the table for Zephyrin as a show of good faith for her consulting fees.
So I'm just so for the record, I don't think you need to be doing much different from what you're already doing. You've made large orders, you've gotten people's attention, and so if the villains are going to come and get you, I imagine they will be on their way.
Well, they haven't shown up yet. Well, you guys are the only ones that have.
Well, they're...
Yeah.
We're generally faster than the villains, but it can't hurt to have more villain baits. Don't you like to catch villains? I don't.
Well, I'm thank you for letting us know that you are on your way to not actually build a land fortress, just trying to catch some villains your way. Please do be careful, don't get killed. But after all, you were able to stop people in the past, so I assume you'll be all right in the future. And you are again, you are working with the Vatican. Is this right?
No. I contracted with a inventor from the Vatican to get the supply list. We are working
And I'm like
independently.
going over that supply list right now, like crossing things off, adding new things.
It's the same list you guys have had that came up that was
Yeah.
flagged by the French intelligence.
And why are you doing this in France and not in England?
Well, because Sherlock Holmes takes care of England.
No,
Jules
no, I-
Verne is busy with politics here, so we're here to lend a hand where there's
no,
a
Monsieur Verne is
void.
very busy. It's true.
No, this is not my question. So right now you're making a trap to lure villains from all across Europa here. Why do you want to lure all the villains of Europa to
No, not all
Paris?
of them. Just the spies in Paris. We want to expose them,
Oh.
the Prussian spies in Paris.
I don't know if you noticed this. I'm not from Paris, so generally speaking, if there are spies, you're probably going to be luring all sorts of villains. I mean, imagine this: people want to steal this land fortress. Yeah, there'll probably be villains from all over Europa, maybe even farther than that, who are going to come here to try to steal the things that you're making. Not going to be just French, Parisian spies. Clearly.
You make good points.
So what you're doing is you're making a big sign telling all the evildoers and villains to come here and wreak havoc in Paris. I hope you'll, and you have spoken with the French government about this, yeah?
Oh, the military, yes.
And the military is all right with you bringing in all the villains from Europa here to Paris.
We told them we were after spies that were already here.
And which particular members of the French military have you been speaking to?
Let me see.
But my second revision of the parts list now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I just look a little concerned about that list, but it's fine.
You should be a little concerned
She's-
about the accuracy of that list, because it's
Just
probably
saying,
much
if
more
I
accurate.
was to build a land fortress, what would I want to have? Ah, yes, this.
Can I
That.
see that list?
Once I'm finished, sure, yes. The first version was the version we managed to get a hold of. This is my version. It's much more convincing to lure in people.
You will drop the name of Jean de Latre de Tassigny? A French commander from World War II that is not, oh wait, no, he wasn't even born yet. Wrong one.
It's like, wait, I know her.
I saw 1889 and didn't realize that was his birth year.
Can't have
Ah.
that.
Classic
Classic blunder.
Classic
my part.
blunder.
Right up there with starting getting involved in a land war in Asia.
Don't do that. It's terrible. Never do that.
Joseph
Never do
Joffre
that.
is the name he's going to give you, which is actually someone who won't get a powerful command until 1914, but is a military member.
So not an active member of the military high command, is what I'm hearing.
No, you would be aware of any of them that were still stationed in Paris.
Mhm.
And Joffrey is not a name that you recognize. The only possibility that would make any sense is if, big if, he is newly appointed in some way, shape, or form.
Grand question that I don't think I've ever asked about Talbot.
Mhm.
does he seem to have any sort of magical gifts of gab? Is he befuzzling people? Is he using glamour to screw with people's heads? Because what the fuck else has he got powers on?
It is all in charisma
Ah, there you go.
and social graces.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not bad on the eyes, but that only goes so far. And for someone who's lived as long as you have, or is as obsessed with two very specific people as Zephyrin is, those things don't matter.
No, they don't. They really, really don't.
Zephyrin likes big brains. Moriarty, Vern, this man, obviously not one of those.
No, not at all.
Wow.
It's true.
Sad but true. Sad but true.
By the way, internet, if you create a version of a particular song and just replace it with "I like big brains," I would love to see it. Moving back.
For Zephyrin and Deirdre, whose base perception is good, you will pick up on the micro expressions pretty easily from Carolina, who is cringing, like seriously cringing.
And I'll hand Adolf my revised list since he asked to see it. And I'm done with my second revision now, and it should be pretty accurate.
I would like to cross out some things and add a few things to make it less accurate.
They go, this is my second revision. Take it back. Go back.
When you're done, I'd like to see it again if you don't mind. Thank you.
Adolf has actually, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but Adolf has seen either the devastation of a land fortress or a land fortress. Yes?
Yeah, I have. Fought in the war.
So this is not a happy-go-lucky conversation, I assume.
Oh, I'm being quite polite. I just want to make sure that this is not an accurate list. I want to make sure that no one has an accurate list. I want to make sure that there are problems in this list. I'm not going to say so, but I'm going to cross out things that don't need to be there, add some things that also don't need to be there. You know.
You know, that is brilliant. He sees what you're doing, Talbot does, and goes, that's brilliant. It's like a secret code. If we see that list popping up anywhere else, we know that they stole it and they're a spy because it's inaccurate.
He never says out loud that he's doing anything inaccurate. He does not give that away.
Okay.
He does not want Talbot to know that he's making this list inaccurate.
Then I take that back completely.
We're just going with revisions. Yeah. Back and forth.
Back and forth.
Yes. Talbot does not need to know the little small war that's happening between Zephyrin and Adolf right now.
No.
I take all of it back. My apologies.
A little small war going between the two of them right now.
But I swear I can build a land fortress, and him being like, no, we don't need you to build a land fortress.
We don't want you to give a list of materials to make a land force to this man. So he's just making sure that it's like that rumor that they had about MacGyver, how that all the things MacGyver are completely true and you could actually do them, except they took out a couple pieces so that you couldn't actually make a bomb out of a bicycle by watching the show. Just that. Just want to make sure that there's there's no one's making any bombs out of bicycles.
And I imagine the list goes back and forth until Zephyrin is satisfied that she could procure the pieces that he has crossed out and swapped with, and this is like the 8th revision, and she's like, "Oh, it's fine." Submits the list.
Can I just do a small little watch on herself and see, she's obviously cringing at his
coolness.
Everything.
Yes.
Is there anything to give away from her that why the hell she listens to this man to begin with?
Probably has the money.
That's fair.
No, there's nothing that really gives it away in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
She seems, like you said, young still,
Mm-hmm.
but not as naive per se with the way that she's reacting. She's not like hanging on every word. Clearly, she's cringing a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
She her posture, like she shifts to like turn herself away from him when he says like really stupid things. um she will nod when he mentions Joseph Joffrey, as in yes, that's a real person, like give like not like trying to convince you, but she's like yeah, that okay. um but she's definitely not helping sell the sale, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. Zephyrin doesn't need much salesmanship. She's like, ooh, an excuse to tinker, you say,
Mm-hmm,
and lure
mm-hmm.
out bad guys. I like a specific bad guy. Maybe we could lure him out.
That could happen for sure.
Yeah.
uh
This is Zephyrine line of thinking. This is why she's entertaining this idiot at all, is because she's like, lure out bad guys, you say.
does that mean Moriarty could visit?
Does that mean he
Ooh,
could visit, or it could take out competition for the World Crime League, you know?
that too, yeah.
That
I
isn't what
definitely
Adolf is
almost
thinking.
said Evil League of Evil, but I know it's the World Crime League.
But
Um,
weird that that is not what uh, Adolf is thinking at
so
all.
yeah.
Weird, weird. Well, so I think this is so your contact is with the military, and I was just wondering if you've got this operation going on. Do you have any sort of protection from the French military? Do you have like French spy catchers or something to aid you in this very dangerous mission that you're undertaking?
We are working on it. We are looking for consultants like you to help us with such a thing. Would you be interested in
No,
catching
no.
spies?
I think you misunderstand me. My understanding from what you've said is that this operation is approved by the French government. Yes,
No, they didn't tell me no.
and you asked them, and they approved of this. Yes.
I told them what I was doing and they didn't stop me.
That's as good as a yes.
All right. And so the French government and military know you're doing an operation here in Paris, and they said it's all right. They give you informations, and you did not ask them for collaboration with them. You know, so that you could have one of their agents come and be
They
with you in
they
this
told
place.
us to keep them informed and if we had any solid leads to report in.
Ah, well, good. This is good to hear. Um, I'm glad to hear it. If you have, well, I imagine you'll be speaking with the Lady Zephyrine, and if you have any other problems or informations, you.
Zephyrine notebook is now legally distinct land fortress names. Moving castles. Uh and just like coming up with ideas, like different names.
Armored cities.
Armored cities. Yeah.
Mhm. Well, I assume that there will be communications between you both, so that.
Doom on the move.
Oh no, well, I imagine this will be all right. But please do. And how many peoples do you have here in the Paris at the moment?
Working this particular operation?
Yeah.
4 now that we have hired on Zephyrine.
Counts. Um, yourself.
Mhm.
The lady here.
Mhm.
Who's our third?
Ah, yes. The third would be a gentleman that goes by many names. He is kind of clued or hooked into the underbelly of the world. He goes currently by Joseph Scott. He's
Ah,
pretending to be English. I don't believe he's
Ah.
actually
Ugh.
English, though.
But he's not English. And how long has he been a member of this organization?
2.5 years,
Ah.
approximately.
Was he part of this operation to take down the Order of the Iron Master?
He's run into them on more than one mission and has helped us limit their influence across Europe.
Ah. And where is this Monsieur Scott at the moment?
He's out collecting information.
Ah.
Mm.
Well, that's... How will we know him if we run across him? I don't want to get into trouble. Or vice versa. Is there some sort of like secret handshake or something?
The easiest way to signal Joseph Scott is to light a cigarette and leave the match burning while holding it upwards for 2 heartbeats and then put it out rather than right away.
So what you're saying is that Mr. Scott is a sniper.
He's capable of many things. That would be one of them.
So what you're saying is Mr. Scott is a sniper.
And does he also do this? Please, let him... yes, what does he look like?
A little bit above average height. Average looks, brown, mousy hair, brown eyes, clean shaven. At least currently he's clean shaven. He usually wears boring clothing because he does not want to stand out. He likes to blend in. He's
Does
pretty
sound
average
boring.
all around in the way he looks.
Well, I do feel as if it would be better, so we don't have what you call it, friendly fire, to become acquainted with this Mr. Scott at some point in time, so we know what he looks like. I mean, average is not helpful. You know, there are a lot of
Yeah.
average people, so being able to identify him would be useful.
No, that is a good point.
I mean, if we are going about and we find some sort of evildoer trying to buy some evil thing and we stump this evildoer and it turns out to be Mr. Scott, that would be very awkward if he's doing such a good job
that is true.
seeming
That is true.
like an evildoer, and we might mistake him for being one, and then we would, because we fight the evildoers, we might thump him in the head, and that would be terrible.
Talbot will recommend meeting for dinner.
Mm.
Scott always shows up for dinner.
Where should we meet?
And so let's see. Where are we? He will give you the name of the restaurant that I will butcher. I'll put it in chat. I believe it's La Couronne or Couronne. I'm not sure if the E is pronounced. It stands for the crown.
Because you can think of us as somewhat like, international law enforcement of some sort. And we would not want to get people in a sting, in the wrong way. It's important not to...
International police. Interpol. That would be an interesting name.
Do you think so? I was thinking more like Internatpol, but maybe Interpol is better.
Internatpol.
Or IPOL.
Interpol is a better ring to it. Or IPOL.
Internatpol.
IPOL?
Then you could
thought-
use like tadpole imagery to hide your affiliation.
I don't.
Inpol.
Why would you want a tadpole? That seems inefficient and not effective. No, I think just IP. Done.
Oh, IP. Oh, IP.
Well, that stands for intellectual property. We cannot use IP for that.
Fine.
I
Well,
say as I'm like writing down a bunch of IP, like legally distinct land fortress names.
well, we'll have to come up with some sort of.
We
It's an
can
interesting
workshop
thought.
it.
Yes, we'll workshop it. But I think it'd be quite useful to meet this Mr. Scott so we know your street team and then you will know
Yes,
us.
and when you get that warehouse and some of these goods and this, please do let me know, and I could start tinkering something, more convincing to pull in more bad guys. We'll get some big ones.
Yes, we need to eliminate the big ones. I like the way you think, Zephyrin.
Yes, we should draw them in.
It will
Uh,
be glorious.
To be something.
and how are you, miss, about all of this? Are you prepared? And what operations have you been on?
Me, myself?
Uh, the young lady.
Oh, Carolina. She'll say, well, my first operation was in Barcelona with the infamous Dr. Heiser. I was part of a group that stopped the shapeshifter. Um, it was a wake-up call.
Mm. How
This
long have you
world
been in
of secret societies is scary.
How long have you been with the group?
About 10 years.
Ah, my. So you are an officer.
Of sorts, yeah, I guess. Mostly, I help infiltrate and, shall we say, adjudicate situations.
It did not occurred to me to ask. Who is the president?
Of the society?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Mr. Talbot here. He's the one that organizes everything.
Ah, and the vice president.
Talbot said, oh, well, that's kind of a rotating position. Last one to hold it was actually the father, but he's been too busy and we haven't yet replaced him.
Oh, interesting.
Kind of hoping he'll come back.
Makes small notation that Father Korsakov is not an active member of the Promethean Society anymore. But Talbot is still using his name.
So who is the current vice president?
We are in between current vice presidents.
Oh,
So wherever I go, whoever is with me kind of stands in. So right now, Carolina is the current vice president for this operation.
Madam Vice President. Wait, how many members do you have? Hundreds? Thousands? 10?
Last count, agents in the field that we know are alive, 37. And 3 administrators.
That is impressive. That is impressive. Where are you based? Where is your home city?
London.
London.
That's where all of my investments are.
London, you say? Oh, yeah. Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to visit sometime.
We can make that happen. I'd be happy to have you stay at my cottage in the countryside. It's beautiful, beautiful out there.
Remote?
Enough. There's a few villages
perfect.
nearby.
Great, excellent.
So dinner tonight? When
tonight.
Should we meet for tonight?
Tonight. Well, you're right. We don't want anyone accidentally getting harmed, so it's best if we make this introduction forthwith.
Good. Very good indeed. Well then, I'm glad we've had this meeting so we know. I would not want to take down some bad guys and be stepping on your bad guy shoes and so forth, etc.
No, I appreciate that. And if you have any connections to any talented folks who might be good for this operation, please send them my way.
Just you'll have to be careful. I mean, you're inviting tigers to come into your bedroom.
Well, wouldn't be the first time I had tigers in my bedroom.
Oh, you shouldn't put tigers in your bedroom. They're quite dangerous tigers, you know. If you have them, they're large, wild animals. Are not really tamed, and they can scratch you. Or like, some people think, oh, I can have a tiger, and that's tame. But tigers are indeed fundamentally wild animals, and you don't really want them in your bedroom because you might think, oh, it'll be fine, but then they maul you. And you do not want to be mauled.
He'll turn and actually look at Deirdre and Zephyr and say, he's serious.
I mean, tigers are not an ideal pet, no.
Usually you don't want a tiger as a pet, number one. Two, you don't want any large animals in your bedroom that is not... She pauses, looks at Zephyrine. Not going to say that yet. You're not old enough yet. But...
I'm sorry, that was a euphemism. I didn't mean to alarm you that I actually had large fauna parading around my bedroom.
Oh, because I was quite worried about the large fauna in your bedroom.
You have a large animal, it should probably not be carnivorous.
Oh, yes, indeed, exactly. Also not carnivorous.
Yeah, but the cloven hoofs or the hoofed animals don't cuddle as well.
That's why you have dogs. That's why you have dogs.
Alpine cows are sometimes quite cuddly.
You've cuddled a cow?
Who hasn't?
I guess I'll have to try that sometime.
It's got nice eyes. Well,
on that note, what would you like to do between now and dinner? Is there any sort of information gathering you want to do? Undermining of this possibility of, well, it's not really possibility. There is very likely Prussian spies somewhere in Paris. Like, anyone that would say that there isn't is naive.
There are probably
especially
Prussian
with
spies
the
everywhere.
politics. So, or do you want to just wait it out? Are we looking for macarons?
We're always looking for macarons.
I don't know if that's true. I mean, I thought a very nice little conversation while we are strolling would be nice. Before we...
We stroll past the bakery?
Yeah, we could do this.
Okay, all right.
But a bit of a...
Yeah, I remember a very tall stack of boxes tied together with a bit of string.
I believe I have to go find out from certain parties that are actually involved in the French military who this asshole is that Talbot's throwing his name around with.
Okay.
So, as I think when we get out of earshot, when we are walking, Lady Zephyrine, you're not going to do anything to help them with this land fortress situation, are you?
No, I'm going to make it look convincing for spies so that we can lure them in.
Well,
and tinker on a personal project in there instead, because he has no idea. If I tinker on personal things, he'll never know he's an idiot.
But there might be people in his organizations who are not idiots, you know? Don't want them having information they should not have, secrets and such. You don't want people who are... I mean, look... let us say that I'm a person with a lot of money, but not so much sense. Yeah? And I'm happy to make all sorts of things. Now, let us also say that I was somewhat a different person. So not the person with some money, but no sense, but another person like with lots of sense and no scruples. I might say, ooh, hey, you rich fellow, why don't you make a big blunderbuss that shoots skulls of babies that are demons? Seems like a good idea to stop the bad guys. And he's like, what a great idea to stop the bad guys by making a blunderbuss that has skulls of babies that are demons. And then this person with the sense but no scruples then takes a blunderbuss with the skulls of babies that are demons and then uses them to destroy, you know, all the art in the Louvre or something like this, right? So my point is that there could be someone in his circle close to him who is wanting him to succeed in making the thing, so they might steal it, you know?
Which is why I'm not going to work on a personal project instead and make it look like it's going to be a land, like a facade of a land fortress, you know.
Okay, they might try to kidnap you then, you know?
Oh, please.
Yeah, that's not going to be a problem. I'm here. I have questions, Adelwolf.
Yeah.
Are you
I do
okay?
like-
I would never actually have a tiger in my bedroom.
It's not the
This is-
tiger in your bedroom. It's the demon baby skulls.
But you're
in a
right, someone with a lot
blood-
of sense and no scruples might cozy up to someone with a lot of money and not much sense. That is definitely some things that could happen.
Right, but you wouldn't want
frequently.
someone who has evil designs to be like, let me go join you in a fake way so I can go and get things from you.
Who would
know?
do that? That would be
Where
ridiculous.
someone who wants to someone like in the Evil Crime of Evil League, the word League of Evil Crime, people like that would do it, you know?
They sure would, wouldn't they?
So we have to be on the lookout for this sort of a thing, you know?
Okay, so we're not.
I'll just think like one of them. Because, as they say, it takes one to know one. So I'll just think if I was a member of the World Crime League, what would I want to spy on? And then I will make the facade of that.
All right. Could I recommend that we go with slightly more concrete answers and first double check all of this ineffective gentleman's ability to do anything?
I would one thing I would like to report back to make sure, you know, that the Brotherhood, because after all,
Oh, yes.
we have been tasked to find out what is going on. I think reporting back would be a good idea.
You're so much better at reports than I am. You should write it out and I'll just co-sign.
Oh, well, all right. It's all right. I guess. So the Illuminated Brotherhood, we should get back to them, go back to the chapter house, let them know exactly who these people are. But I do agree with the way that Lady Deirdre is thinking, that we might want to, what's the word,
Trust but
reach out to-
verify?
Verify. Well, I don't know if we should trust, but we definitely should verify, you know.
All right, so
I don't
you go
I
back
don't think he's
reporting
a
back.
bad person. I just
Mm,
don't think he's very...
someone can be not morally corrupt but still be a bad person.
Oh, I was just thinking that he was, what do you call this in French? A dupe, I think. Perhaps like this, you know.
Problem is he's functionally too smart, or he thinks he is, to be a dupe. But he can be instead is a problem. So I'm going to go see about the military. Zephrine. Don't plot
Yes?
world domination while I'm gone.
I would never.
No.
As I'm like doodling a castle with chicken legs, like Howl's Moving Castle style.
Baba Yaga is a very fine
Big
woman.
cannons.
I can introduce you to her. She's very nice. The legs aren't quite right though, but we'll get to that.
Oh, yes, I'm just doodling things. Close notebook.
Well, I will report back to the Brotherhood, and you look in the military, and Zephyrin, what will you do?
I will, I think I should ask some of my suppliers for things that I regularly purchase to see if anyone else, or if anyone else has been looking into the same trails we've been looking into.
Now, it is entirely possible that there will be no spies coming in to look. But I do have a question. Also, I have questions about what questions you have, Lady Deirdre, because I feel as if you also might have some questions. But one of the questions I have is, if he is so connected to the brother, then why does the brother not know this? You know, I just have some questions about...
I personally sounds like the good brother Korsakov may have left the employ of Mr. Talbot, but Mr. Talbot hasn't quite taken that leave of employ seriously yet. And perhaps it might be to our benefit to send a little note to the good brother Korsakov to check in on his feelings about Mr. Talbot.
I think this is also a good idea.
I mean,
I
clearly
suppose I could
Talbot
handle
believes
that if
he's
you're
just on
looking into the
sabbatical.
military. If you're looking into the military, you're writing to the Brotherhood. I can deliver some bread to the church or whatever and inquire with this Brother Korskov.
Yeah, and I
Because
will
delivering
report
bread
back.
to donating bread to the church's poorhouse means I have to go visit a bakery, which means I can pick up some baked goods.
I'm glad
Yep.
to see you have your eyes on the goal. You're
They are
efficient.
certainly always on the prize. Eyes on
Good.
the prize.
As I do think this is important. Not wavering in our
We have never waver.
from the path of goodness. All right. So yeah,
From
I
my
do have
goals.
some questions about, but also look, they are loud enough that we heard about this from Amsterdam. So their activity is certainly getting out and about. So if they are Prussian spies, my assumption is that the Prussian spies who are here in Paris have already checked them out and written them off as not very interesting.
Potentially.
But we'll check in this with our sources and report
But do
back.
you want to make them interesting?
No. Absolutely not.
You could catch a Prussian spy?
I
Now,
don't
you
want
already
to
took
lure
down
all
a
sorts of
World
villains.
Crime League evil genius.
First off,
I wouldn't call him a genius.
yes, I have concerns about the safety of this city, and also concerns about who might be lurking, you know?
World
I don't
Crime League
particularly-
schmuck.
It'd be sort of like saying, let's go lure a Ripper into Paris so we can find a Ripper. We'll get some Ripper to come from London and come here and start ripping people. Let's not do that. Let's not lure Rippers from London to Paris, because then, you know, people get murdered. You know what I'm saying? This is like perhaps not the best way of going. Like it's like saying, "Oh look, there are no flies here. Let's go find a bunch of flies and bring them here." Maybe we don't bring the flies here. If you know what I mean.
I love how you're making the comparison between the Ripper and flies.
Where
Admirable.
the Ripper goes, there are flies.
This is true, but I wouldn't usually. That's not the comparison I think he's making here, is it?
Well, I'm saying that right now at this moment, this very moment, there's someone running around murdering people in London, and I wouldn't say, you know what, we should go and see if we can set a trap for the murder in London. You know, there's a phrase, I don't know, it's like flies and honey or something, or poop and flies, and there's some sort of saying about this sort of a thing about luring.
You can catch
and whatnot.
more. You catch more flies with honey than vinegar.
Right. There's something also about poop and flies. I don't know. But the point is, I wouldn't want to get the Ripper who's hanging about over there in the Whitechapel and bring them here. Why would I want to do that? I feel like that's not a great idea. It feels to me as if these fellows, Talbot, he's like, oh, the Sherlock Holmes is catching all the villains in London, so maybe I can lure
Not
the
all of
villains
them.
here in Paris, and so I can catch them. But then you're luring villains to Paris. Seems like a bad idea.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I just checked. We are in 1888, which is the year of the Ripper. So
1889.
now we're 1889.
Yeah.
This is lovely.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is it January?
I think it is January. Yeah,
Yeah, January 1889.
like my
So
notes say
barely.
January. Yeah.
Barely 1889.
So I don't want to encourage. I mean, also listen. If there are spies in Paris, like we came from a whole different country, and if there are Prussian spies here, they definitely have looked into these people far before we have been able to. They are on top of these things, I would imagine. That's why they're Prussians. They're very efficient. So my point here is that I don't think the Prussian spies are going to bite, not as long as they're not actually. They're like this. So I don't want to lure.
Well, we can report to the Brotherhood and see what they think.
Yeah, we'll report in.
All right. So
They might have grander designs than we do. We should not be making this executive decision.
Of course not. But so do you want to know what is happening?
Okay. So let's start with Lady Deirdre and connections.
connections. Connections are great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I'll just play this. I'll play this seven of spades here
Okay.
to
15.
on top of those connections.
Nice. In this situation, you only needed a 10, so that's a full success. And you're looking into Joseph Joffrey, right?
Yeah, the named individual who is of the
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the name Talbot's throwing around for the French military.
Gotcha. He is, well, let's see. He is currently a major.
Mm-hmm.
So he is an officer, not high command, clearly. He is not available as he is preparing to take his troops to the French Sudan.
Is he actually French military or is he French Foreign Legion?
No, he's French military.
But merely
They
a
are
commander.
major.
Major. Major.
Yes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And
so, who do I know that's more important than him that I can use as somebody's dropping his name in an inappropriate manner? I'm not accusing the gentleman of it all being involved in unscrupulous activities that would be harmful to the safety of France. I'm merely saying that somebody who is doing unscrupulous activities that would be harmful to the safety of France is using his name in an inappropriate manner. We know he's preparing to go to the Sudan. Of course he's not engaging in such things.
Trying to see. I would guess it would be the Minister of War at that time, and I'm trying to figure out who that would be historically accurate for 1889. Actually, let's not go that route because this is going to take me too long. Instead, you'll find out Joffrey's direct report or direct supervisor, I guess. The man who he's serving under is Joseph Gallieni. Gallieni? Yeah. And at this time, he would be. What rank are you at this time? So he's a lieutenant colonel.
Mm-hmm.
So, like 2 tiers below general, the first rank of general in the military, our French military.
Mm-hmm. So someone who would have no authority to give Talbot permission to conduct such a large-scale, domestic investigation into foreign power spies on French soil.
Correct. Joffrey does not have that ability.
Yeah, he doesn't have that authority, is what I'm saying. He doesn't have
that authority. His assistant is easy to find and contact, which is just an enlisted that basically follows him around. Yeah, and you could speak with his commanding officer.
All right, well, I'll speak with the commanding officer. That seems much more appropriate. I'll worry about speaking with the gentleman who is his, Batman later.
And that's Lieutenant Colonel Joseph Gallieni. His wife attends some of the salons.
Of course she does.
That Zephyrine mother and you have put on. Mm-hmm. And that's how you have a connection with this gentleman.
I would call on him at the the military quarters, not at his house.
Mm-hmm.
This is a professional thing. I wouldn't want to be seen using my. I would not want to be given the impression that I'm using my close friendship with his wife to influence him in something that I consider important for military matters.
That's fair. He obviously will recognize who you are when you ask for time, for some of his time, and he will make time and basically usher you in and ask you, do you need any refreshment?
Oh, no, thank you
Lady
very
Deirdre.
much. I appreciate it very much. I was taking this moment. I had come across some things and I was concerned, and I wanted to do, for a professional, of course,
Okay.
of your sort, of your understanding.
Mhm.
Your major, this is Prax forgetting his name,
Joffrey.
Your Major Joffrey. So there's certain individuals in the city are using his name as given authority to provide that they were given permission to perform a large-scale counterintelligence operation against Prussia. Now, I know that could not be of any way... Oh, really?
Yes. Joe was telling me about this over drinks last night. By the way, we both are very grateful for the bottle of Irish whiskey that you sent last Christmas, or this past Christmas, to the house.
Oh, I'm glad it was a good one.
Yes. And he was telling me about this English putz who was running around trying to uncover spies in Paris.
Well, now he's styling himself as having authority to, and permission from the French government, which I just knew that wouldn't have been true. You would have told me if you were doing something that strange. That you were,
If I had known you were in town, I probably would have shared a drink and laughed about this with you.
But apparently he's decided that he's going to be releasing schematics and orders for building they want to fake building a land fortress on French soil.
Yes. And he's rented a house. Where is he going to put a land fortress?
Oh,
a land fortress alone would be the size of at least 2/4 of the city. But we have 3 agents watching him and his people at all times.
Oh, that's good, because he approached one of mine and I was like, this could not have been true. You wouldn't have been doing something like that.
Mostly, Joe was telling me it was a little intriguing that he had the confidence to believe he could pull it off. And he said, hey, we're headed to the French Sudan. If anything goes awry, we'll be out of town anyway. Might as well put a few agents on him, make sure he can't hurt anybody. And if it turns up something, we get to take the credit.
But then you have the small problem that he's actually selling and attracting people. We know there are enough Prussian agents in the city that would actually pay attention to this.
Oh, yeah. We haven't seen any movement from any of those that we have eyes on.
Of course not. The ones you have eyes on, they know that you have eyes on them. They're not going to do nothing. They're already going to do that.
Correct.
That's the problem.
But there's been no change in their behaviors. Even with our mustering to go to take a contingent and have a campaign in Africa again. We are hoping the combination of 2 things will actually get them to slip up a little bit, though, with some of the army exiting France and this Thomas, whatever fellow. Talbot fellow. Will actually produce something that hasn't happened. Like, it's been so stagnant and boring here.
Oh, darling, we can get you more interesting things. You don't need to be inciting horrible bad spies. Now, there are bad spies here. That's what we're doing here. We're inciting bad spies.
Eh, it's the I don't know. A lot of us in at my rank and above are getting a little tired of waiting around for Prussia to prove that they're evil when we know that they are. Bismarck is a bastard, and there's really nothing that should be stopping us from putting him down and making sure that his ilk does not threaten anyone ever again.
Well, we have a number of problems with that. But the most important one that we currently have is that, well, Miss Talbot has decided to take your negligent permission, shall we say, as a free rein to do as he wishes. Now, you won't be here if you're off in the Sudan, which,
Now, I'm actually headed to Madagascar, but yes, Joe and a large chunk of our folks are headed to the Sudan, Mali in particular. So if you've got any reason to travel there, don't do that for, I don't know, 6 months or so.
I usually don't, but I'm sure I'll be paying attention. I think that it will be. Look, who have you got actually of authority on him, this Talbot fella, that can actually go and tell anyone that it'll be an actual problem? Because he's running around trying to blow shit up to prove a point.
That's true. That's true.
And, you know, I love you dearly there, but if you're not here and you're in Mali and Joe's down in Sudan, when things go wrong.
Well, we do have secret intelligence involved. So.
Okay, good. Secret intelligence is involved. That's all I care about. Just as long as there's something actually paying attention, because God forbid, you know.
Something... Oh, believe me, with the potential of, shall I say, fuck up that could happen thanks to this gentleman, I would not have just put some enlisteds on it, or captain trying to make lieutenant. Instead, we did reach out to intelligence branch, and they are the ones monitoring him.
Good. So we've got intelligence on one side. Well, actual intelligence, or the greatest oxymoron in the military world.
Yeah. Actual intelligence.
There we go. But in that case, then, I don't feel any affairs, and I'm sure that you'll be perfectly fine on your way to Mali, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It'll be fine. I'm sure of it. Joe says he's harmless. He's a talker.
I don't think this man is harmless. He's got too many people under him. He's got too much money. He's got no sense. Money and no sense is never harmless.
His money is tied up in England, and he can't borrow more than £500 to £700. The banks have him locked down. We're already assured of that.
But that's just him, not any of his agents that he's got running around. Also, he's very free with giving permission that he stole something from the Vatican.
If people believe half the things he says, they deserve what they get.
However, if you don't pay attention to what he's saying and it gets up all blood on your face and pie on all your nose, then you're on a problem there, aren't you?
No, a little bit, yeah.
And then your wife's going to come crying to me, and then we're going to have to sit there and have a conversation about how you got pie on your face.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Well, as long as the people that are intelligent are paying attention, I'm sure nothing will go wrong while you're in Mali.
And
if it is, I'll fix it.
Are paying attention.
Well, yes, of course I'm paying attention.
See? What better assurance could I have that things will be fine?
You could do me a favor then, to ensure that things don't go wrong.
All right, I've got 36 hours that I can finagle things. So if it's something I can do in 36 hours.
Oh, no, no, nothing so grand as that. I just want, a little bit of this permission that if I send a message to one of your folk that you'll be paying attention to it. So, who who's your runner who you're going to pay who's going to answer my calls when I send one off?
Uh, hmm. Probably Leonard Berger.
All right.
He's
Is he an excitable sort?
he's a little on the young side,
Mm-hmm.
so he can be, but he's been tasked with collecting anything that Talbot brings in. He posed as Major Joffrey's attaché, and that's who he's going to report to. And he's the one hooked in with the intelligence agents who are watching. So all points of communication go through Berger.
All right. So then if you just, make sure that he knows that I'm going to be around, and if I send him something, he should be paying attention, right?
Absolutely. I'll make sure that Berger is well aware that Lady Deirdre of the Emerald Isle may be calling upon him.
Or sending him a message, that's all. Just, just in case I come across something that's real important. This way people who need to know important things can find out. Now, I take it you're going off for 36 hours. Is there anything you would like from me before you go off on this trip
You got
south?
any more of that whiskey? It's a long boat ride.
I can get you something nice.
Excellent. And we will shift over to the Masonic Lodge.
I am, writing up a report, as one does, very good and proper. And I have I have notes. So I'm doing my own research on a different thing altogether, but I'm writing up all of my notes on this. Everything I can remember, I'm making a good full report. I'm making also more than one copy, so I can also mix this report, and then also I'm going to make a letter for the brother. To let him know that we have some dealings with this Talbot fellow who says you as the vice president of his organization. Is this what can you tell us about? I want a general, a little bit like a bit more of a less in-depth letter to Korsakov, but letting him know that there is generally speaking what is going on, and saying like, hey, what do you know about this person? You know what I'm saying. A little bit. I'm doing what Lady Deirdre is doing, but more like, she's doing it with charm and also social skills. I'm doing it more bluntly, like someone from Hamburg. So basically, but yes, yeah. This is what I am doing in that moment. I'm going to write up the report, and then I will let also Brother Korsakov knows that I've not yet had any new leads on Dr. Yu at all, but I continue to be on the lookout for this Dr. Yu and the Mr. Peters, but I'm on the lookout. And also just like, hey, what is up with this strange group?
No, absolutely.
But more importantly, but the most important thing, of course, is to report in to the Brotherhood and say, hey, apparently these people are dilettantes who are just trying to lure bad guys here to catch them because they need to catch bad guys even if there are no bad guys there. And also apparently they're working with the French military, or that the French military already knows about this and has approved of this. I'm giving them the general, rundown on the whole situation, so that they can give their please advise is how I finish this. I also, by the way, just so you know, I let them know that they don't actually know how to make a land fortress. They don't actually understand any of that. They're just trying to make it look like they're going to make a land fortress so that Prussian spies will show up. But it also does not seem as if it took us a while to get here. I bet the Prussian spies may already know these people are questionable in their skill and also threat level. But I did want to sort of inquire in this letter that we all found out about this in Amsterdam. I would like from the brass sort of a little bit more information from them about how we found out about it.
Mhm.
This was worrisome enough that we were sent here, but clearly on the ground this is not really a threat, and they meant for the Prussians to be smoked out. So there's a little bit of a question I have about, how obvious they are, and a little bit of a, tracing the. They're looking for smoke, and they have said they've not found any at all, except we are also smoke who showed up. So, just wanting to get a sense of, like, who's been talking and
Mhm.
that sort of a thing, but also have them please also advise.
Okay. So, are you sending that in a letter to Amsterdam, or are you going to the Parisian lodge for
Well, that
the
is where I'm
Brotherhood?
staying.
Mhm.
Um, but my understanding is that we were given this mission from Amsterdam, so I'm making sure that both that I
Okay.
want to give the people in
Yeah.
Amsterdam also the report,
Yeah.
since that was who commissioned us, and then also report in here, also in Paris as well. I'm not the kind of person who doesn't dot my I's and cross my T's. I
Fair.
want to make sure that, Amsterdam also knows about this, because, again, we are not, I mean, there's just me, and also, they're not based in Paris, and since we are brought here, that means people are talking quite far and wide.
Mhm.
So I want to make sure everyone is, who needs to
The,
be alerted,
the
is
people at the
alerted.
local lodge will let you know that they reached out to Amsterdam after they found out the intelligence. Um, and they specifically asked for you as a member in good standing who has a German background and recently was very successful in thwarting ne'er-do-wells. Um, so your name was kind of top of the list due to your Norwegian um, expedition.
Thank
They
you.
will also in the letter, what are you telling them about the fire magic? Do you have
So
anything to report in that area?
we had nothing about fire magic here in Paris.
Yes, the book, oh, I can't remember the name of it now, by Benjamin Franklin, and he collaborated with the Masonic Lodge.
Yes, but we have not
Um,
found anything on this.
okay,
We have no leads on this at the moment.
okay, so okay, um,
Uh, we have not
that
learned
was
anything.
yeah, that was something that the Amsterdam um, chapter was specifically interested in due to rumors, since you were
Yes,
going to Paris anyway.
yeah, and this was because there was basically looking for printing.
Mhm.
There's a new
Trying
print
to
out
trying
and
to
about.
connect the dots and see about this, uh, you know, fire energy source magic that's supposedly out and about.
Yeah, but at the moment, I'm going to give them all the information about this, the most,
Mm-hmm.
this land fortress situation. I'm also going to just note my concern to both, I'm letting the people in Paris know
Mm-hmm.
that apparently the French government knows about this and is, approved whatever it is they're doing.
Do you know who their contact is?
Yes, Joseph Joffre, I believe.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
We'll
will we
reach
get?
out and see exactly how connected he truly is to the military.
Mm. My the lady Deirdre, perhaps uh, the grand lady, is doing that work. I'm sure she'll have informations
Ah,
um, about this follow up. By the way, to Amsterdam, I'm just letting them know I'm a little bit worried about the fragile peace that we have with people running about. As you call it, it's like there are diplomatic questions that I have some concerns about. I don't necessarily share that with Paris, but I certainly share that with Amsterdam. I'm a bit worried about, you know, people running around in countries that are not theirs, trying to stir up international incidents, that could bring war to all sorts of places. So just noting that is a concern that I give to Amsterdam. Because it is a bit worrisome.
Oh no, totally. They will, or So I've noted that for Amsterdam. The Parisian chapter house will let you know that they are very glad that they have someone with your cultural background and skills to subtly infiltrate this possible Prussian connection.
Oh, they don't have a Prussian connection. They don't have anything, you see. They're just English people hoping that they can cause trouble.
But if Prussians do come out of the woodwork, it would be great to have someone of your caliber watching.
Let me express this to you. They're incompetent, and anyone who is competent would know this. And the Prussians know more about land fortresses than the rest of us do. After all, they make them. Prussian spies are going to know immediately these people are not actually some sort of a threat. And presumably the Prussian spies are already here, and they would already know about this. These people are not subtle. Yeah, I mean, you found out about them there. I imagine the Prussian spies have known about them for some time and have written them off as not being particularly interesting. They they want to be someone. Huh? They're wanting to be. It's like they are wanting to be something, but they are not the thing. I do not think that people who are incompetent like this, and also obviously not knowing what they are doing, would draw out any sort of Prussian spies. I imagine the Prussian spies are going to look at them and then laugh, while also laughing and also having like a digestive and then also laughing multiple times. I'm not particularly worried about the Prussian spies. I do not think they're going to reveal themselves for people who want to be. I'm a bit more worried about general criminals trying to steal a land fortress, but these people also don't know how to make a land fortress.
This kind of insight is invaluable, and exactly why we are very grateful that you were the one that was sent.
Also, land fortresses are quite large. Yeah, you need like a huge warehouse. These people don't have even they don't have the resources, and they don't know what they're doing. I don't think it's not particularly convincing. And I will say, you don't want it to be particularly convincing, because what you don't want is not the look. As the Prussian spies would just come in if they had some sort of engineer or tinkerer that was very good at this, they would just kill that person. Boom, no problem. Get to steal the plans, kills them. That's the Prussians, because they actually know what they're talking about. The big danger is that random strange people from like the World Crime League are like, oh, let's go in there and grab something, But there won't be anything to grab. It's just that then you have a bunch of World Crime League people here, just hanging about, just trying to figure out what to do next. Like maybe as they get here and they find out it's just like a bunch of wood and like I don't know, like a crumpet or something that the English people have, and then they're like, well, while we're here, why don't we rob some banks or something? It's reckless.
Indeed.
But I'm not the. If the French military says it's all right for them running about being reckless, then I guess it's not my. I don't have authority to do anything about that.
Yeah, it's true, which is why it's important to know exactly what the military had said. Go ahead, Trooper, and either charisma or let's say education to convince the local chapter of your perspective as being the primary perspective.
Um, I I will use education because I don't know how persuasive he's trying to be, if that makes any
Mhm.
sense.
Yeah, that makes
Uh,
total sense.
uh, let's see. Okay. And education is a diamond.
Correct. It
Shine
is a
bright like a
mental stat.
diamond. Um, I'm going to throw out this. What's my target number?
For this, let's say 13.
13. Okay. So that'll be an oop, excuse me. Oop. I'm going to throw this in there. This is going to be, that gives me an 18.
That'll be
I would
enough
need
for
a
full success.
26 if I wanted to get a
Correct.
critical success.
Correct.
Uh, it's 18. And I actually can do that. I will spend
Yeah.
these two to give myself a 26 for a critical success. And like, I point out, because I
Mhm.
served in the military, I point out the like I point out there's like a map. I point out map
Mhm.
things, because yes, who doesn't like that?
No, perfect. Perfect. Make sure you mark your crit
Hmm.
as you are very convincing. Um, they don't believe that Prussians would be a threat unless something changes in the
Yeah.
validity of what Talbot is doing.
I
Um,
mean, they're always a threat, but not, what I mean.
yeah, well, yes, of course, of course.
Yes. It's not
Um,
Prussians running around doing desperate things. It's actually just this fellow.
Indeed. Uh, and they will also um, take the stance that they wish to know more about the what the military has actually agreed to, and we'll leave it up to your discretion as how much the order needs to get involved. Mostly they care about protecting France and Paris from any sort of Prussian intervention because of this Englishman and his followers.
Yeah, we shall look, but let us hope that I would imagine a good Prussian spy is smart enough to know these people are not actually know what they're doing. So,
I
but
would hope so.
yeah,
Uh, but my background is not in subterfuge or the military. It's more
uh,
in finding funding for our projects. So I
hmm.
am going to defer to you on these things.
I was thinking a bit more that look, the way it goes is there are not so many people who can make a land fortress. It's highly secret, and people pay attention. If you said to me, well, um, somebody's making a blunderbuss full of that shoots skulls of dead babies who are also demons. So not so many people who can do that. You know what I mean? Probably Doctor You or something, but
Oh
not
yeah,
so
yeah.
many.
He probably
So,
could.
well, this is what I'm saying, and so I just not this fellow. So
Mhm.
when we get information back from the lady, the High Lady Deirdre, that we will, I will let you know. But uh, getting our information, find out how dangerous they might be.
I appreciate that. Keep me
Of
informed,
course.
um, and let us know if you need our support in any way. Uh, and we will cut over to the bakery.
Despy.
Mhm. Zephyrin, what are you getting from the bakery to take to the cathedral?
Yes, I'm assuming this cathedral has like a side building that where they take donations for the poor
Oh, of
and
course.
like a soup kitchen kind of thing.
I mean,
I'm getting like
it's
mm,
Notre Dame.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll get like some bread rolls. I'll pay like order for it to be delivered so
Okay.
that I'm not like personally carrying it, but like, oh yes, I'd like to donate for this service to have da da
Hmm.
da da da, and I will inform the church of this donation, blah blah blah. And while
Excellent.
I'm there, I'll pick up some sweet rolls
Oh,
to
yes.
eat while I walk to the cathedral.
Hmm.
But I take the receipt of like how many, da da da, or um like if they've done this before for the church, I just take like refill that order, but I'll pay for it this time. Or
Okay,
and if
yes.
yeah, that way I'm like, 'cause I'm sure they do
No,
that kind of thing.
absolutely. What is your base connections? They are not that high. Average. Um,
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me connections. You're only going to need an 8.
Okay.
Um, we're just trying to see if you could find the bakery that would be the most common to
Sure.
actually service Notre Dame.
Flip. So I've got that plus average, so it's 4, so it's 7, and then I'll throw down this if I can. I believe I can do 2 cards
Hmm,
for average. Yeah. So that'll make it exactly an
okay,
8.
okay. Um, so you will, um,
I'm good at tracking down baked goods and where they
yes.
go.
Um, you'll find well, actually, it's a bakery that you've frequented before. They know you.
Mm.
They actually know the sous chef that is the
Ah,
pastry chef at your manor. um,
ugh, of
they
course.
are acquainted, and
My poor
they
pastry chef.
of course will talk to you, very,
Mm.
if you're willing, of course, being
Of
a noble
course.
lady. And they will uh, gladly accept your donation and assure you it will be delivered before day's end.
Mm.
So that way they have fresh baked goods for dinner, um,
Excellent.
if they wish. And they will get a neat little bundle for you of sweet rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like any particular frosting or filling with your sweet rolls?
Ooh, probably just a light, because again, she's going to go to the church after this and offer
Mhm,
some
mhm.
to this brother. And so she wants to like seem more humble, so she'll probably go for like just a simple like honey glazed sweet roll,
Oh, okay, absolutely.
Something not extravagant but still like tasty.
Mhm. Of course, of course. And they will happily provide that for you.
And
My
she
get.
like looks at like the fancy pastries and macarons and goes, "No, I must be humble."
Are you sure we can send half a dozen to your manor?
Oh, you can send some to the madness and that will be
Okay,
fine.
okay.
Okay.
Uh, hmm. And
Midnight snack.
yeah, there you go. So they will make arrangements to send the macaroons to the manor, the bread to Notre Dame. And are you going through the main entrance then, or are you going to go through the delivery entrance where the bread would
But
be
I am
dropped
not
off?
poor.
I
I
know.
am, so I will go through the main
Yes,
entrance.
that I assumed as much, but I hate assuming. So uh, they will greet you. Of course, an acolyte will greet you at the doors as you enter. They will offer to take your hats and gloves if you wish.
Thank you. Mm.
Um, I don't know if you, well, it would be cold enough. They'd also offer to take your coat.
Oh, sure.
Uh, and because they don't really have a closet for that, this acolyte's just going to
Like a
carry them
coat
and
rack.
follow you.
Oh, that's even better. I
Yeah,
love that. That's,
basically, you have a
yeah,
human coat rack right now.
that's amazing.
Um, and
She loves this.
the young lad will ask you, so, and what can we do for you, lady?
I believe course I'm here to offer some prayers and,
Mm, mm,
light a candle
mm.
and, oh, if, I'm sorry, what's his name? I have so many names in this list and I didn't put brother in front of the one I'm
Oh,
supposed to.
Father Vladimir Korsakov.
Father Vladimir. Oh, there he is. I see Vladimir Kozakov. I just now father. I was like, which one? Oh yes, and then I suppose after that or before that, depending on his availability, I would love to speak with the father of Vladimir Kozakov.
Oh, you are in luck. He is actually in town.
Oh,
He has been
so good.
traveling,
Has
and
he?
he arrived this morning. He is currently
Oh,
in meditation, but I'm sure when your prayers and candle lighting is finished, that we can get his attention for you.
of course. Certainly. Well, let's light the candle first.
And so the acolyte will escort you, but stay like when you go to light the candle, he will take like 2.5, 3 steps back
Mm-hmm.
to make sure that you have proper privacy
Yes.
for your meditations and prayers. And on that note, we are going to wrap up for the episode.
Excellent.
So let's go in let's go in the same order. I'm Chris Gearing. You can find me on Blue Sky at Chris Gearing. You can find me here for Truly Madly Falkenstein. And check Blue Sky. I may actually be a part of something this summer. And always looking to support and cheer on your efforts. Trooper.
Hey everybody, I'm Trooper SJP, and thank you for. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for letting me be with you. As Adelwolf, who's very serious, does not have a sense of humor, or he does, but not really.
It's subtle like a German.
Yeah, that is correct. And you can find me, check me out on Blue Sky or my Twitch channel, Trooper SJP. And I was happy to be here, and I'm going to toss it over to the next one on the row.
Me, I think. Hello, 'tis I, Laugh Love Lindy. Playing the ever so ridiculous Zephyr Moreau. You can find me online as such, Laugh Love Lindy. I'm playing games. I'm GMing games. Just Google me, you'll find me. I'm there.
And I have been your friendly neighborhood Prax. Prax the Bard over on Instagram and Blue Sky. And Praxgorth Thesmophoria see me around here on Twitch and on YouTube, which is where this will going up. So thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for hanging out with us, and we will see you next time.